Yo, what up? You're watching Arctic View. I am Josie, and welcome to my June and July. What I read in June and July, and I'm feeling very summery. And let's see what I read. It's not that much, so we should be able to get through this pretty quick. Everything Leads to You by Nina Lacour, and this is a classic in young adult LGBT novels. It focuses on two girls, actually just one girl, who is a set assistant basically. So she is 18, I think, and works as an assistant in a Hollywood movie where she got through her connections. And that is something that completely baffled me at the beginning. I was like, I don't want to read about LA and Hollywood and stuff like that, but it was really interesting how everything was like behind the scenes, so I enjoyed that. And she meets a girl. Actually, they find that girl because there is a letter from a really famous actor who dies, and they find his granddaughter. So this is the romance between the set designer and the granddaughter. And there's a nice mystery and a nice look behind Hollywood scenes. So I was very surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. I think it's definitely a staple in this genre, and I suggest you check it out if you think you'll find it interesting. It's not super lighthearted. There are troubles and hardships here, but I do feel it's quite a feel-good book. Now let's look at something else. I found myself reading a lot of LGBTQEA plus things in June because it's Pride Month. And I also managed to finish a book that I had started last summer. So it's called Gay Berlin, and it's by Robert Beachy. And if some of you remember, then I read a book called Weimar Culture about Weimar Republic, and it was about culture there, and it was so slow and so dry and not fun at all. Didn't really touch upon the subjects that I was interested in. So this is a great book. I love it. It's so well researched. It has great style. I found out so much. I did something that I never do with books, and I started marking the stuff that I found interesting and that I want to come back to. Maybe when I'm researching more on the topic, or maybe when I want to argue with somebody. It's so interesting. There are so many things. And basically, what is it about? It's about gay people in Berlin, and how Berlin came to be this mecca of just welcoming all different types of people from different sexualities, different gender identities. And it starts all in the middle of 19th century, which is crazy. This is where the how do I say it? The road to equality starts. There is so much research going on, so much pamphlets being sent out, so much gay literature and media circling during Weimar Republic, and all of it, like I said, starts in the middle of 19th century and then ends in 1933 for obvious reasons, but it's so well done. It's so interesting. I love this book so much. If you are interested in this topic, then definitely check it out. And like I said, I have so many things marked that I want to come back to. Lovely. I'm so happy that I bought it because I was questioning myself when I picked it up in the Berlin airport. Now, to finish the Pride to finish the Pride Month, I have a book I picked up in Helsinki, and it's called Is Gender Fluid? And it's from like the big idea. They have a lot of these questions that I have written books about, like, is democracy failing, and is capitalism, I don't know, dying, something like that. So yes, there's a lot of provocative questions, and this is definitely one of them. We have seen a lot of attention on this these last couple of years, and I would have to say that this is not a book. This is an essay, and it's presented in quite an obnoxious way, not by what it says, but how it says it. So let me show you. This is one of the pages, and they play with different sized fonts. They put in a lot of pictures. Every page has a picture, and then they have things like glossary about different kinds of terms that are used. And if you try to read it, it's actually a cohesive essay. But if you try to read it like this, I mean, I was just like bombarded with so many pictures, glossary, text sizes. I was like, why? Is it meant for somebody who just absolutely can't pay attention to like a well-worded essay? Is that it? I'm not really sure, but it has 4 parts. Let's see. First is gender as an expression of biological sex. Then gender as a social construct. That was a good chapter. It really gave you the historical overview, how we have come to this binary Christian science based idea that we currently have been living by for the last couple of centuries. Then gender diversity and gender activism. So these are the topics here, and they like I said, it's very cohesive, it's very well researched, it answers a lot of questions that I did have about some terms, how they should be used, and the answer to this is gender fluid. Obviously, if you look to history, if we look through different societies, gender is fluid. Now, is everybody's gender fluid every day? No. But it does maybe give you some type of idea how the activists think, and I do feel it's not very dividing. Well, maybe it is dividing, but it's not really trying to hammer down one idea for you. So I do feel like you can read and still disagree with what is being said here. But I do find this quite interesting. I would love to have it as an essay without all those pictures, without all those font changes. It just drove me nuts. But yes, right, liked it, and I liked it, and I do feel like I got educated. Like I said, I definitely like the idea. I definitely like the scope that it had. A final book, and this is from the Expanse series. I finally got around to reading the second book, and it's Calibans War by James S.A. Corey. It's actually 2 authors writing under this pseudonym. Like the first book, Leviathan Wakes said, there's an organism that's coming to destroy human beings. It got stuck for a while, for a couple of thousands of years, but then people found it and cultivated it, and now we're all going to die. So last book I've finished with this organism getting sent to Venus instead of Sun. Something went wrong, and now it's been building itself up in Venus. And in this book, we see that it's not only on Venus; it's actually on where is it? Anyway, it's on Mars. How is this so hard? No, it's not in Mars. It's on a moon that's around Jupiter. Yes, and there is a scientist whose small daughter has been kidnapped, and then Jim Holden, who is the captain of Rocinante, is going to lend his services to find this small girl. And then there's an United Nations secretary who is an old woman who is terrifying, and they all get thrown together. Let me just read you the back. On Jupiter's largest moon, a Martian Marine watches as her platoon is slaughtered by a monstrous super soldier, so that organism. On Earth, a high-level politician struggles to prevent interplanetary war from reigniting. That's the scary old woman. And on Venus, an alien protomolecule has overrun the planet, wreaking massive, mysterious changes and threatening to spread out into the solar system. So, apocalypse. Once again, Jim Holden and the crew of Rocinante will find themselves in the eye of the storm. A missing child may hold the key to humanity's survival, but only if they can find her first. Calibans War is the powerful second novel in the New York Times bestselling Expanse series. Oh, I loved it so much. I can't believe that I took like over a year to finally get to it. It's the best sci-fi. Like, there are scary aliens, there's apocalypse coming, there are different kinds of intrigues going on. There are people who you don't know what their aim is. There's just some really, really sneaky and stupid and terrifying businessmen. And yes, there's this crew that you can't help but to love. So it was very good. Yes. Oh my god, how is everything? 17 minutes already. These were the books I read in June and July. I'm quite happy. I feel like I could have read more, but it's been summer and it's been just so nice to just sleep in and do nothing. But yes, these were the books I read. I enjoyed all of them, I would say, and I have no regrets. So if you have any kind of questions, comments, please do leave them down in the comments section or DM me. And this has been Josie. Thank you so much for watching this, and subscribe if you haven't. Leave a like, and bye.